listener supported. Nevetslt Studios. Hello and welcome to the Stephen Pocene Reviewed, a podcast where we review different facets of the Stephen-centred planet on a 5-star scale. My name is Stephen Lemontree, and today I'll be reviewing the band Rise Against. It's perhaps not the most common way of coming into contact with new bands, but if you are of a certain age, it's very possible that you found a lot of new bands and a lot of new music to listen to via the medium of video games. Among my friends, we found a lot of new music via the Tony Hawk games, the WWE games, the FIFA series, and of course, the Guitar Hero series. It is this last one that probably allowed you to have the deepest connection with the band, playing their songs in full and becoming more and more familiar with the structure of the songs, where the drops were and what part each of the instruments played in the song. This is not to say that songs I heard on other games can't forge that kind of connection, of course. For me, the game and the band that I fell in love with at this time was Rise Against. I had no doubt heard them before. Give It All, for example, was featured on the soundtrack for Need for Speed Underground 2, released in 2004, which I almost certainly played, despite not owning. But there was something different that grabbed me this time. The song featured on the game was Re-Education Through Labour, with the American spelling of labour, of course, and I loved it. There was something so powerful about the song. The build to the initial drop, the lyrics, as well as the sense that Tim, the lead singer, is absolutely frothing at the mouth as he's delivering the lyrics. He is making sure that you hear these words like both his and your life depends on it. That there is no more important thing in the world to him than singing these words with the power and gravitas that they deserve. After hearing this song and connecting with it so deeply, I of course went back and listened to other songs by the band, finding that I had already heard some of these songs before. I started to connect the dots, downloading their old albums and going on big on Rise Against, and picking up lots of new favourite songs in the process. They would release their next album in 2011, the final year that I was in high school, and I devoured it, listening to it from front to back over and over again. I was in a band during this time with friends from school. We did covers, and I, of course, made us learn Re-Education Through Labour. That was one of my favourites to do as a group. As we approached the end of the year, we asked to perform in front of a whole year at the end of school assembly. They accepted, and we did a cover of Paradise City by Guns N' Roses and Re-Education by Rise Against. I am not naturally a singer. My previous experience in singing had been briefly being part of a choir in primary school and football chants. Our singer seemed to get stage fright as we approached the assembly, and eventually dropped out. So it fell to me to sing both the songs. I was not good, obviously, but I hope that what I lacked in skill I made up for in passion. It was an amazing feeling to be singing a song that I was so passionate about on stage in front of other people, even with all the caveats that I wasn't very good, that people had to be there, and that they probably weren't enjoying the performance. But despite all that, it was such an amazing experience, and another step in deepening my bond with Rise Against. Despite all of this, I somehow managed to miss them when they came over to the UK to tour the Endgame album. I don't remember why exactly. Probably some combination of tickets selling out too quickly, not having enough money, no one to go with me, or schoolwork. It wouldn't be until years later at Download Festival in the summer of 2018 that I finally saw them. The final day of the festival, the headline act on the second stage. One of my favourite bands ever. The air was thick from the June heat and the dust from the pounding feet in the mosh pit. I inched myself forwards steadily. Lots of people were leaving to try and get good spots for Sunday's main stage headliner, Ozzy Osbourne, but almost equal amounts of people were flocking across, taking their place. I got the sense that everyone that was there really wanted to be there, that it was as important for them to be here as it was for me. I took a drink from the tiny bottle of water and managed to squeeze into the pocket of my shorts. It's time. The band took to the stage. Here we go. Multiple mosh pits opened up. I suddenly found myself in one. What else is there to do but embrace the moment and throw myself wholeheartedly into it? I sing along at the top of my lungs and dance like no one's watching. I soon find it increasingly difficult to dance and sing simultaneously. I'm becoming unfit in my old age, and the heat and dust in the air certainly don't help. But it's okay. When I need to take singing breaks, the crowd covers for me. The beautiful, pure sound of collective singing, possibly the best sound that I know, envelops me completely. It sends shivers down my spine. The song Survive kicks in. It's played at an absolutely breakneck pace normally, but it feels even faster today. The pit is the most frenetic I've seen. A song about surviving. A powerful song at the best of times, but it seemed to hit on an even more emotional level that day. There's a sense of camaraderie and solidarity that I only ever seem to find in abundance at punk gigs. It does seem aggressive from the outside, probably, but there's something so life-affirming about the fact that when you fall on the floor, you can guarantee that there will be multiple hands there within seconds to pick you up, give you a pat on the back, and a smile. This person doesn't know your name, doesn't know where you're from, doesn't know anything about you. All that you know you share is a love for this band that sings with the perfect combination of hope and venom. When I don't go to see live music for a while, I always seem to forget the dramatic impact it can have on my mood and general well-being. While at a gig of any kind, the visceral, almost primal nature of collective singing and collective dancing feels mind-expanding, life-changing. How is it even possible for me to forget these feelings once they pass? I should keep these feelings at the forefront of my mind, always. These are powerful, deep-seated emotions of love, of anger, of passion, of community, of hope. In the car on the way home, after a wonderful 3-day festival, after seeing Rise Against live for the first time, I shed a tear as I remember how alive I felt watching them perform. To quote the lyrics to the song Survive by Rise Against: all smiles and sunshine, a perfect world on a perfect day. Everything always works out. I have never felt so great. I give Rise Against 5 stars. This episode was written and produced by me, Stephen Lemontree. It was inspired by the podcast The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green and wnyc Studios, which is one of my very favourite podcasts. Please do go and give it a listen. Our outro music is Simplicity by Macroform Music. If you ever want to contact us, you can do so on Instagram and Twitter at nevetslt or email nevetslt@gmail.com. That's NEVETSLT. Life is an unexpected present. We'll see you next week.